It's time for your favorite. When I start, dear viewers, it's a parental guidance warning. Yes, this series comes with a parental guidance warning. Please, if subjects such as extreme gore, violence, sexual situations, cursing, and other such things, and etc., are just might be a little too much for you, we do provide other series that don't come with a parental guidance or an extreme. And with that parental guidance warning, it's time for our favorite ongoing campaign utilizing the Mystery Meat Pit Cipher System Edition, the happiest place in Earth. And last session, we finally were in the last day of traveling, and this was the last leg of the journey. They got through Arizona in the morning, and they were just making great time, no traffic. Let's be honest, though, Nathaniel had a lead foot on that goddamn gas pedal. He was probably doing about a good 120 the entire time, but no one cared. So this is why they are actually just now going to be getting into San Diego here very minutes. And in the last session, for a quick recap, Maury tested a weapon. We found out the aftermath of said intern Mogwai party, and we got to learn and talk more with Bethany. Learned a little more about Yuretsi, about how she's just fed up with some of the shit. Scruffy is just... We found out why Scruffy is the way he is. That man just lives on macrodosing. The man is perpetually high on shrooms. But you know what? Who cares? Moonlight, she has found a new state of mental transcendence because she has eaten 3 chimichangas of just the strongest marijuana edible induced chimichangas. We're talking like each one of these was probably about like 3,000 milligrams. So she just ate 9,000 milligrams of THC. So she's gonna be good for about like a week. And last but not least, little Riley. Well, of course, and then Sticky Joe is just doing what Sticky Joe does best, traumatizing everyone. And then, of course, dear Riley, the sufferer of Joe's actions, and he was a lover of life. Now he just questions why did he do the things that he did? Why is life like this? Why is Joe like this? Why is anything like this? And pass the blunt so he can forget. And we're about in the last little bit getting to a highway. This is when Armstrong, standing at the front of the RV, is just, Nathaniel! God damn it, Nathaniel! When did you last take a bath? You fucking stink! Shut up! Oh, God. Hey, I'm gonna stand over here. Jesus Christ. It's like you fucking wiped your body with shit and then smeared that with rotten Indian food and then ate that off. Oh, God, it's horrible. You fucking nasty little man. I hate you. Now, anyway, Nathaniel, I see we're approaching. So, look, I don't want to head to the beach house yet, because that's a whole other thing to unpack. How about we head to the beach, or, I'm actually in the mood to go look at the penguin. Or how about SeaWorld? SeaWorld? That place is lame. I like. And that's why you're a sissy, Riley. I could beat you to death, Nathaniel. There's literally a little like a hedge tumbleweed rolls through the RV with that statement. Yeah, that's what I thought, fat ass. Now anyway, what do you think? So what do you think? Thunder ties? Are we going to go to the beach or go to SeaWorld? But granted, anyway, I'm scared to death at the idea of you on a beach because, dear God, what if you wear a Speedo? You'll probably get arrested for public indecently. And then this is when Armstrong smacks Riley upside the head and goes, all right, Riley, that's enough now. God damn. Smack, Riley, seriously, knock it off. So, everyone, what's everyone feeling like today? Are we feeling like the beach? Or do we feel like looking at some animals and going to the SeaWorld and looking at some majestic, beautiful animals like the beautiful orcas, which people misinterpreted? Granted, I'm going to yell at the people at SeaWorld because they call them whales when they're porpoises, god damn it! But anyway, we can go look at the beautiful orcas or look at penguins. Riley, we're going to steal a penguin. Gotcha, boss. So, how's everyone feeling about this situation? Let's start at the top. Etsy, how do you feel? What is your Etsy feeling?
She wants to get out of the RV as soon as possible.
Nathaniel just gets a sad look on his face. He just, but that means we're going to go to SeaWorld again. Well, then we're going to SeaWorld, Thunder Thighs.
You're not worth the meat of even trying to kill you.
Nathaniel's face just droops down, just even with all these horrible insults. Hey, you're at sea? God damn. God damn. Just go for that. I mean, I respect the hustle, but damn. Fucking
I
brutal.
need some fucking air.
Yeah, you know what? I don't blame you. That he is really just like violated our nasal cavities. This is horrible. And Maury, you hear the argument. You hear the pitches like as Armstrong opens the door and goes, "Oh, yes,
Just
Jess."
a quick additive. She's been wearing a mask just like stuffed with lavender to try to defeat that.
It is, and and I'm just gonna say this now. This is the credence to Nathaniel. I mean, I don't know if this is this should be a compliment because that lavender ain't helping. It's still cutting through.
Yeah, that's
And
why she needs air.
Armstrong pokes his head down and goes, "Hey, Maury, you want to go to SeaWorld or go to the beach?"
2 seconds.
No, you're good. Excuse me. God damn it.
God damn. You're at sea leaving the fucking RV.
Yeah.
You monster.
Alright, getting back to the everything. SeaWorld ain't my scene.
Well, I'm sure there's probably some other things we could take you to while we're over there. You don't have to go into the park. But if you want Nathaniel to take you to the beach, that's no problem. Wait, Mojo, shut up, Nathaniel!
I would rather eat sand. Guess I'm going to SeaWorld then.
Wow, Nathaniel, I don't know if this is just a testament for how much you suck, but god damn, man. Even when someone doesn't want to go, they would rather go than be with you. You know I'm going to go to the park. No, you're not! You are to stay here. You are not going to traumatize those poor, beautiful animals with your presence.
Problem is, they'd probably try and throw him back in a tank.
Ah!
I was gonna say it.
I think
You just hear-
I think you can legally call you being around the animals as animal abuse.
Oh, we
You
can
hear-
get a bloody picture of him and get rich off of it.
You hear Riley making high-pitched noises and go, hey, Nathaniel, I'm doing the sound of your people. You guys are all assholes. Armstrong's just crying now, wiping his eyes and goes, you people are all brutal and I love you all. You are magnificent workers and this is hilarious. And Nathaniel, you brought this on yourself for being a douche. Because, in all honesty, we have no problem with people who are larger weight. It's just you're a piece of shit and a douchebag. I mean, you kind of got this coming, buddy. Now, hey, Scruffy, one of my favorite janitors. What do you prefer, SeaWorld or the beach?
Scruffy doesn't much care, but if we go to SeaWorld, we could probably hose him off. If we take him to the beach, we'd have to shove him in the water.
Just Armstrong is dying from how much he is crying from laughing. Just this is why I love my team. Yes, Scruffy, you're a genius.
Well, that means I can take Bruno.
Bruno just perks up. Yeah. You know what? I'll say this, Bruno, you are still more attractive than Nathaniel. Are you kidding me? What? He actually has an attractive personality. I like him. I don't like you. When are you going to get that through your head? But just stop talking, Nathaniel. Just stop. And he looks at Riley. Riley, I already know you want to go to SeaWorld. You want to steal a penguin. Yeah, I do. All right. Okay, then. We already got that. He looked over at Moonlight. So, Miss Moonlight, what is your decision? Do you want to go to SeaWorld or would you like to go to the beach?
Oh, I'm happy doing anything. Because right now Moonlight is already in a fucking bikini. Like, I am very happy to do anything.
And this is when everyone notices that, yeah, Moonlight is indeed in her bikini and Riley is in his banana hammock. And, like, Armstrong does a double take at the both of you and just like, the fuck are you wearing, Riley? What is comfortable? You're doing this on purpose.
It's just a fucking sensor ball.
Exactly. And he's just like, maybe I am. Maybe I like the look of you squirming. Maybe I like the look of everyone squirming. And Armstrong's like, I have a newfound respect for you, Riley. God damn. And he calls out, Sticky Joe, my magnificent protege. Come out here, man.
Sticky Joe's still under the effects of the virus, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I gotta tap into my inner nerd.
Yeah, Armstrong just looks at you and goes, my magnificent protege. You're just going to go along with what everyone else does, but I have a special training assignment for you. You are to eat these bolts! And he hands you a bucket of bolts that have been just like drenched in. That make a man's
that's too much.
strong.
That's too much iron for my diet, and it'll upset my tummy.
He slaps you again.
Ow.
There's no such thing as a man with an upset tummy. A man's tummy is made of iron. Everything bows to our digestive tract. And he picks up a handful of the bolts and just starts crunching them, eating them like they're fucking cereal. Delicious!
At least they're gluten-free and organic and...
So he's going to slap you so hard that I want you to do a roll. And this time now, this smack is pretty much the equivalent of like one of those PBSO coffees. So give me a roll, a difficulty 3 roll for intelligence. You got to be a 9.
Got a 10.
Okay, this smacks you back into reality.
Ah!
Wait, is that the exact Speedo Scruffy is wearing, B? Okay, yep, okay, this is hilarious and I'm down with this. This is hilarious. Scruffy's he looks magnificent. And Sticky Joe, you just get smacked back. You just get your common sense smacked back into you.
My girlfriend, what are we calling them?
Mogwai.
Mogwai. Is she next to me?
Oh, she's actually sitting on. She is riding your shoulders.
Oh, good. Sticky Joe could use a snack. I'm just gonna dislocate my jaw, devour her whole.
You know what? A real man knows the greatest way to show his love for his wife, for someone he loves, is to eat them.
Oh yeah, it's beach stuff. Let's Sticky Joe. I'm gonna rip off.
Now
my
eat my
clothes.
bolts. And he slaps you 3 more times.
I'm gonna start eating bolts and see Joe doing that with his ass cheeks hanging out of his banana hammock.
And as you're just eating nuts and bolts drenched in honey, Armstrong's just, yes, this pleases me. You're a real man. He slaps you 3 more times. You got just big, red, swollen face cheeks, but God damn, do you feel like a man? And I'll answer your question now. I swallowed my wife whole. He opens his mouth wide, and his wife's right there. Hey, everyone. She's alive and fine. And he walks over to Bethany. Now, little lady, what would you like to do? Would you like to go to SeaWorld or the beach?
And I'm surprised that his hand isn't stuck to Joe's cheek.
If he would look at Bethany, he would notice that she's in a full-on dominatrix suit with with a whip, and she looks at him and it's like, I realize I don't have a bathing suit.
I respect the hustle! You know what? We're gonna be changing people today with our fashion sense. Aw, adorable. I love this. But you know what? Armstrong he respects the drive and he's like, never doubt your fashion sense. Here, have a bolt.
Oh, thank you.
He hands you a bolt with drenched in honey.
With Bethany still being high, I think at this point, the colors swirling together, and she just sees this bolt as like a wing, and she bites into and she eats it.
Here's the thing. Now your jaw just feels you feel like you have a very Chad-like jaw, just a very strong, chiseled jaw.
I can't say what I want to say.
And Sticky Joe, flat out now, looks like the Crimson Chin. That's how big his chin has gotten. Magnificent!
My chin is, because of the mutation, my chin turned into an extra fist.
Bethany would want to look closer at this, and actually would actually take the punch to the eye.
Actually, so here's the thing. The fist is actually not going to punch you. It senses your, that you are pretty high, and it's like, okay, that would be kind of fucked up to be fucked up to you. So instead of, it comes out and, it stops right in front of your face, and then just does, a little boop on your nose, and then goes back into the beard.
Bethany is dramatic. My nose! She falls on the floor and is kicking and screaming, my nose, my nose.
Armstrong just looks and goes, "My God, this is hilarious. And I knew I picked you perfect for my protege because a real man always has an extra fist." And Riley just looks and goes, "Wait, I don't see, you don't have a fist for a chin, Armstrong." Armstrong opens his mouth, and then this is when everyone realizes he doesn't have a tongue, he has a fist. I have a fist for a tongue!
I have so many questions, but now I'm in a monogamous relationship, so I don't want to know.
Your wife must really like you.
I'm not in a monogamous relationship.
His wife's like head, Armstrong opens his mouth very wide, his head pokes out, and she goes, "I will answer the young lady's question. Yes, I love my life. And before anyone asks, no, Armstrong does not hurt me when he swallows me. And I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of my kink." She blushes, and Armstrong closes his mouth again. "I love my wife!"
Hey, happy consenting relationship. I do a thumbs up.
And
Joe's
all the
girlfriend that he swallowed, she's already digested.
Joe, so about that, your tummy starts to feel a little off, right? And you reel over, and I'm not describing all of that, just a retching, splattering, and then just feet planting on the ground, and just a perfect gymnast landing. We see Miss Page. Yes, this Mogwai's, the female Mogwai's name is Betty Page. Betty looks up and she just goes, "Only a real man would swallow me. I love you." And she jumps up to start kissing you all over, Joe.
Joe cannot possibly eat the amount of food that he wants to vomit at this. Yeah, he can't stop either. Very confused.
So, yeah, you have instituted the greatest form of love for the Mogwais, because the Mogwais are all into, that's part of their mating ritual. They, the male will swallow the female. Good job, Joe.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah,
How
think
comes when
I
I
didn't
tried to-
prepare for you. You think I didn't prepare for you, buddy?
Comes when I try to do something for me, it backfires. There's no tape that can fix this.
She's just lovingly on your shoulder, just hugging your head. She's just so in love. She's about 3'5", and here's the thing, Joe. She actually, so proportionally, she may only be 3'5", but her body's proportions are actually correct. She doesn't have any limbs that look too short or anything. And like, as I said, even though Mogwai, little furry and fleshy, she is still actually very beautiful. The best way to put it here, so she has the aesthetics of the female gremlin, but her face actually looks like this, Silas. And she's doing that to you right now, that same like bite at you. So yeah, dude, she looks like Betty Page. She's very attractive, actually.
I mean, I never said that Joe wasn't into it. He was just confused about everything.
No. I just wanted to let you know that this wasn't some like terrifying gremlin on your show. It's like, actually, no. I said, it's like, as I said, they evolved from Homo erectus. They actually are from the same genetic line of humans. They just went on a different evolutionary path. They're just small hobbits, pretty much.
I'm just saying, Joe, Joe can roll with the punches and he can roll with the humps. So he's good either way. But he's gonna continue swallowing those honey-covered iron bolts.
Bethany, you just look at Sticky Joe. You see the Mogwai hugging him and everything, and you just think back to how Bruno told you about how Joe is looking at a centaur stomping.
All Bethany can do is look at Joe and say, "Stay sticky, Joe. Stay sticky."
God damn it.
I'll wink at you.
Joe, I love you, but I will never touch you.
Riley looks over at Bethany and goes, he just gives you a solemn nod. Just that nod, that nod that from the last Dark Knight that Bruce Wayne gave to Alfred, that Alfred gave to Bruce Wayne. That's what Riley gives you to you. He's like, she is truly grown, and I have nothing left to teach to her.
Love is beyond stick.
And this is when Betty jumps off of Joe's shoulder, and see, here's the thing: she only comes up to your knee, Bethany. So she just like boob checks your kneecaps.
Oh, hey, little bitch. I don't want your man. You can have all that stickiness to yourself, all of it, every last oozing drop of that stickiness.
She hugs your legs, like, yay!
Oh, you're cute.
And as the trip continues on, oh, we had a little barking doggy technical difficulty. But as the journey is continuing on, we are reaching, and as everyone is getting off the bus, when Nathaniel goes to get off the bus, Armstrong literally turns around and goes, Nathaniel, I wasn't joking. You're not coming with us. Get your ass back on the bus. If you don't let me go, I will tell my you son of a bitch. You mother. Fine, but you have to stay at least
Wait,
20
wait,
feet
wait.
away from us.
Actually, she's gonna pull out like welding tools. Like, don't ask where I got these. Go ahead.
And Nathaniel sees the welding tools Duretzi has, and he's just, you know what? Maybe I will just stay on you. Maybe it is his best friend. I'll just stay here. I do apologize, Miss Duretzi. And he just gets his ass back on the RV. And Armstrong looks at you and goes, there will be a special bonus in your next paycheck, Duretzi, because I have never seen anyone scare Nathaniel like that. That was fucking amazing.
I need my air. He's not gonna ruin it.
And the air is clean. It's a beautiful, clear sky. And as you get to the ticket booth, before anyone can even think of like wallets paying for anything, Armstrong holds up a hand. He pulls out a wallet that is so filled with money that it is just, it can't even fold clothes. And he just pulls out a massive wad, slaps it down, and goes, I want the entire park for the day! Kick everyone out now. And the park people are like, happily, sir. And you see people being told to get the fuck out. A group of people look and they go, but sir, we traveled so far. I don't care. Have a bolt. What am I supposed to do with it? Eat it. It's a bolt. You're not a man. And he slaps the person so hard they spin. Come on, everyone. I want to see the penguin. And hold on, I just got to do a roll real quick. When you guys are at the penguin exhibit, Armstrong and Riley both look left and right, and now Armstrong's shirt suspiciously has like 3 like noticeable like moving bulges underneath the shirt.
He's gonna pull up his hand to like put those back.
But Riley and Armstrong are just looking at you pleadingly, like, but
She's gonna shake it at them.
we love penguins. Fine, but can we just have one?
Absolutely not.
I don't
Fine.
think we even have a place to put a penguin in the underground.
They've sadly put the penguin.
Penguin meat's too tough anyway. You don't want it.
They look at Maury in shock. Their faces are just in pure horror. Like
Gruffy pushes his janitorial cart by and has a penguin inside the trash can.
B, roll me a difficulty for. So this will be you'll just need. Actually, no. Considering who you are, give me a difficulty 3. So you got to beat a 9.
So I'm just to make sure because I wasn't here for the beginning of all that.
You're just rolling a d20. You don't need to add anything to it. Good.
That's a 13.
Okay, you cleared it. So no one sees Scruffy do this. Scruffy, you perfectly like as you're walking by, your hands are so lightning quick at gently grabbing a penguin. The penguin is not harmed during all this. The animal is gently picked up and everything, and you gently put him inside your cart, and no one is the wiser. And as you're walking by, another member of SeaWorld's like, when the hell did we hire that guy? But you know what? He looks familiar, so I'm not going to ask any question. So here's my
Nobody
question.
asked questions.
Now, here's the big thing, though. I was only making you guys follow along for the penguin exhibit. Now you guys can decide whatever else you would like to do in this aquarium at SeaWorld. So I will... Actually, we're going to work in reverse now. Bethany, what are you going to be doing during this time at SeaWorld?
Well, she's still very high in a dominatrix suit, and the conversations with Bruno have made her very interested in cannibalism. So she is going to honestly look at the sea lion exhibit and actually kind of contemplate whether or not that she's going to eat one of these park employees.
Spike is actually walking with you, and he's just, instead of going for the park employees, people go missing all the time in the park. I'm sure if you wanted to, actually, Bethany, how cool are you?
I'm cool. I'm hip. I've done things.
Okay. Spike looks left. He looks right. Okay. So I'm going to tell you, there is a very special restaurant inside the PBSO. A very special restaurant. Now, it's not in the park. It's actually you would have to go on an expedition because this restaurant is always moving because it's been called the vanishing restaurant because the way it operates, we have no idea how it moves, but it's always shifting. But when you find it, you best prepare yourself. You have to be ready because you're going to eat dishes that you will never experience around the world. And yes, one of the dishes is human meat.
Nice. But I don't want to do this the easy way. I kind of want to see what it's like to actually hunt humans. Oh my God. Am I losing my mind?
Is this
No, I
she's saying out loud, or is this just a thought?
He's saying this out loud.
Was she with the group? Still.
Okay.
No,
So,
she started walking
that-
away.
Okay, that's the most important question. Was Bethany still with the group, or did she walk away?
He,
Okay,
he
so-
walked away.
Okay, so you did walk. Okay, so Spike is like, well, I have heard. So why don't you talk to that little crazy little guy with the top hat? Because he's been hunting a lot of humans. I mean, he seemed really interested in you. I mean, hell, he's trying to hide himself behind a trash can over there right now. Do you
Wait.
look at where Spike is pointing?
Yes, she does.
Okay, when you gaze upon where Spike is pointing, you see what looks like a guy who's about 4'9", but with his asymmetrical top hat, he's about 5'4" with asymmetrical top hat, and he's dressed in all black, and his eyes got like massive like black rings done underneath. He's going so emo, and he's hiding behind a trash can, just looking at you, gazing at you, bloodshot eyes, and you can just hear.
Wait, how long has he been there? And you knew? He didn't say anything?
He's been following us the whole time. He was literally in the RV with us. He
Wait a
tried to
minute.
kill Yoretzi.
Huh.
He's that dwarf-sized killer that the park has been suffering from.
Oh, yeah. This might be the fucking guy that did all that craziness to my apartment.
Yep, that's him. And he's gone. God damn, he's quick.
Oh.
But I mean,
Okay.
you could always ask him. But I ain't gonna lie, I don't like the way he looks at
I know. But, he kind of looks like a turkey.
you. So yes, when you were looking at the dwarf-sized killer, you just saw a turkey wearing the asymmetrical top hat and cape. And this is when Spike just looks at you and goes, "Oh yeah, I forgot you are very high right now. God damn. You want a churro?"
Sure. No, I want top hat turkey. Let's go find him. I want to hunt the turkey.
Oh my god. This is the killer is now being hunted. This is amazing. And so now, unbeknownst to the dwarf-sized killer, he is now being hunted by a very, very, very tripping balls Bethany, who is on a mission to eat him. Yes, we will say to hunt a killer, literally. Thank you, Maury. And as we go from Bethany to who literally now has a fucking bib tucked into her BDSM gear and is walking around with a fork and knife, chasing after her, saying, "Turkey guy, turkey guy." And now the dwarf-sized killer is just like in fear going, "Wait, what the fuck is happening? I'm confused with all this." Ah!
Bruno says Chinese people taste like Kung Pao chicken. I'm
Thankfully,
sorry.
there is no other people in the park.
No, you wait.
You just hear factually incorrect.
Ah! And Sticky Joe. Okay, you know what? I'll say Riley would be digging on that. Yeah, you can be on a double date right now with Riley and Moonlight. So Sticky Joe, Betty, she's holding on to two of your index finger and your middle finger because that's how all she can hold on to because your hands are just too large for her. And you guys are passing by, going through the large walk-through aquarium. You're looking at all the tropical fish, and she sees a stingray, and she just starts going ecstatic. And they just fed it, so like it's like doing some playful teasing. Like it sucks in the fish, spits it out, sucks it in, spits it out, sucks it in, spits it out. And she looks at you, Joe, and goes, "What's that remind you of?" And she blushes. And Riley's just like, "Good God, man, why are the little guys so horny?" And Moonlight, Riley he has bought you many snacks. And
Ooh.
what are some of the souvenirs that you've wanted, right?
Oh, Moonlight, despite her immense love of weapons and knives, she also has an immense love of very soft plushies.
Moonlight, you're literally pulling behind you just a wheeled cart just filled with plushie. Just all the plushie. Just every time you stop by another souvenir stand, it doesn't matter that it's the same plushie. Riley's just, I'm gonna need every plushie here. And they're like, wait, you mean one? And like, no, I mean, I need all these.
I am so happy right now. Moonlight is just like clapping her hands, like, "Ee." She's so happy. She gives Riley a kiss every time he gets her plushies.
Riley is just, this is the greatest day of Riley's life right now. And he looks over. So this is when Riley, he's finally just looking at Joe and Moonlight. So it's actually, I'm really happy that it's just us right now because I needed to talk to you specifically because so a couple weeks after we get back to the park, we're actually going to be going on expedition. And well, this time I'll actually be joining along with you guys. We're supposed to be going, so this isn't just going to be exploring parts of the PBSO. I wanted to be straight with you two because I'm going to be doing this with everyone during this trip. I want to be straight and tell you that this expedition is, we're actually going to be going to a red alert status. One of the deep mining rigs has actually stopped communications, and we have to go find out what's going on. Granted, you guys did really amazing during that whole marauder attack, but I just want you to know what we could potentially be looking at another very potentially dangerous situation. And this is when you find one of the souvenir stands that's selling a bunch of SeaWorld pogs. And Riley looks over at Joe and is like, "Oh, Joe, oh, it is on. I am so going to take you to town with pogs, man."
Sticky Joe got his elf pog slammer.
Riley reaches into his pocket and you see he pulls out a berry white, a big, it looks about the size of a silver dollar. It's a berry white golden pog. Yeah, that's right, baby. I got that. I got my berry white on me. You always got to have the white on you because you never know when it'll be time to take someone to town. Mm-hmm, baby. And, well, my darling mine's right here. He looks at Moonlight.
Like shit. All the Sticky Joes' pogs are either Elf or MacGyver. We're gonna have some fun.
Amazing. And Moonlight, you were saying, because you were actually...
Oh, Moonlight is just like beaming because she, with an armful of very soft plushies of different animals.
But besides the fun pog talk and the plushies, how do Moonlight and Silas react to this information about what the expedition is going to be about?
It's like for Moonlight, she's okay because it is part of her job, and she is excited that she gets to hang out with Riley some more. Hopefully, keep him from almost dying again. Actually, hopefully she doesn't have to now, but she's alright with it because she loves her job, she loves exploring, she loves learning about the creature that everyone's living inside of, and she has a lot of fun and pride in keeping the creature and the environment safe, as well as keeping most of her coworkers safe.
God damn it. Hey, man, Moonlight, honestly, that is a great way to be right now, then. Oh, wow. I can see why the park values Moonlight so much, then. Yeah. And Sticky Joe, how do you feel about the information about the expedition?
Sticky Joe does what Sticky Joe does. I feed, I fuck, and I forest ranger stuff. Then he starts making out with Peggy.
You mean Betty? But I got you.
Yeah,
okay.
He's
It's adorable.
the name. It's new to him. He'll get the name eventually, or
You know
not.
what? We'll keep that canonical. I like that. And she just looks at you and goes, "You know what? My name is Peggy now. okay. And she goes to kissing you. And Riley's just, you know what? I don't know if that's just aggressive or anything. I don't know. But actually, I find this beautiful in some sick, disgusting way. But I'm going to look in the other direction. But, Joe, I really do respect your, sometimes how, like, you can just have really simple and everything. But here's the other thing. I just want you to be careful, Joe, because, like, look, buddy, I know you're strong and I know you got some things going for you, but remember, you're not a Superman, buddy. And I just say this because I get worried about you, man. And I don't want anything to happen to Sticky Joe, to my sticky guy.
You see a moment of endearment where a tear starts coming down Sticky Joe's eye because he's so damn sticky it's stuck right under his eyelid.
But I know you're going to do great. I know both of you are going to do great and this isn't something of like, oh, because let's be honest, you guys were already amazing before you came to the park. Both of you. Like, I don't have the words to describe. It's both of you are both amazing people, and no amount of training could ever amount to the skills you already had. This goes for everyone. And honestly, I think the biggest person we're going to see, like the biggest surprises from, is going to be. And as Riley is going to try to finish this sentence and say Scruffy, we actually flash to Scruffy. Scruffy, you're walking around with your janitor. And this is when you see Armstrong, and he's walking, holding hands with his wife. And this is when, like, you really start to look at Armstrong. And then you notice him, he, like, is just, he won't stop scratching his nose, and he's just, God damn it. And his wife is just, honey, it's okay. You can take it off. And if anything, have the security footage destroyed. Oh, I love you so much. So you don't mind if I go all natural. Oh. And Scruffy, you watch as Armstrong grabs the top of his head, his hair, and begins to pull the flesh face off, and you see a lizard underneath the face.
Oh, I knew it! Looking good!
Oh no.
Oh, Scruffy, your right hand starts to itch and feel weird as it starts to shift.
Oh no. The mushrooms are turning on me. It's either that or they're finally coming for Scruffy.
And this, and Armstrong, noticing Scruffy looking strange and just disheveled, he's like, Armstrong's quickly just taking off the human hands now, revealing his lizard hands, and a lizard-like tail pokes through the pants, and he's cracking his like, Scruffy, what's wrong, boy? Yeah, you're not looking too well. Scruffy, your arm further transforms.
No,
as you,
it's happening again.
And yeah, your arm full on turns into like this weird like cannon. So it has like elements of silver and green in it. As Armstrong fully approaches you and like bends down in front of you and goes, "Are you okay? What's wrong?" And you get that alien and you can full on tell this is an alien reptile in your face, Scruffy.
Scruffy can't put up with this again. You're gonna have to get some. And he is going to just fire his cannon point blank at Armstrong.
Ah!
No. I'm sorry.
See, here's the thing that with the Cypher system, we're not in combat, and even then they're really pulling. So for this, especially as your cannon, you're not gonna roll the hit, and that beam is just going to envelop Armstrong. And a massive force just blows through the park. It's a good portion of the ground, and literally portions of, like, you have certain tanks get blasted apart. Thankfully, all the animals are fine, and they're able to do emergency procedures to get the larger aquatic marine life into other tanks before they start draining. So there is no loss of any park life, and thankfully, there's no one else in the park. Armstrong, on the other hand, thankfully he's not dead, but all of his clothes, his human skin costume have been destroyed, so he is completely all natural right now. Just all out. So there is a 9-foot tall fucking alien lizard man just out in the open. And because we're approaching the end of the session, the last thing he does as he looks at Scruffy, he just spits out a little smoke and just goes, "You're a real man!"
To that, Scruffy would just continue panicking, going, "Ah, ah, help me, somebody!"
So, Scruffy, you run away in fear. Armstrong's chasing behind you, going, "Let me give you a bolt!"
Somebody save me! Scruffy's in trouble! Help me, baby Jesus!
And we'll go to, because I want to make sure we get Maury and Yoretzi. So, Maury, where did you go once you entered the park?
I immediately snuck off into some restricted area just to see what I could find. Because you never know if there's going to be things I could take for equipment purposes, or if there's other things I could take for collection purposes.
Give me a difficulty 2 speed roll. This is accounting for your background and who you are. So this went from a 4 to a 2. So you just have to beat a 6.
Nope, that's a 13.
Okay. You're able to actually get into all of the park restricted areas. And as you're going about, you actually are. And here's the thing, little Gizmo actually decided to track along with you. And you both are walking, and this is when Gizmo, he tugs on your pants and he points, and you see one of the parts of the park that have not been actually unveiled to the public yet because they have no idea what the creature is. You see in a little cage tank, you see what looks like about the size of a toddler. The best way for me to say this is it's a deep one. It's a deep one from Lovecraft. It looks like a humanoid fish man. Basically the creature from the Black Lagoon, but this is a toddler version. And do you see the information that this creature was found near the Mariana Trench? They believe that his family had come up and that the child had gotten lost, and that some of the residents near there had taken him, and not thankfully, SeaWorld was able to purchase them from the people that found him because they were actually going to try to eat him. So thankfully, they were able to keep him from being any harm from coming to him. But still, he's been separated from his family. He's letting out a very high-pitched, orca call, just trying to find his mommy. But he looks up at you, Maury, with actual, sad, pleading eyes. What would you like to do?
What's his tank look like?
He has barely any room. It's just he's maybe about 5 by 5. He just has enough room just to sit there. It's like it's just like a size of a crib playpen.
So it'd be easy to just reach over and kind of scoop him up, right?
Yep.
All right, so that's what I'm going to do. Is Bob, real fast, is Bob with me?
Yeah, Bob followed behind you. I'll be nice and say Bob accompanied you as well. Bob drops to his knees. He's bowing.
All right. Well, I'm going to scoop up this fish child.
And he actually, he hugs onto you and he's shaking in fear. And this is when you hear a guard behind you go, "Hey, what the hell do you think you're doing?" The child, you can actually feel the little guy is actually crying as you're holding him. And he's shaking in fear. You can tell the little guy is just very scared.
You know what? I'm going to do something I don't normally do. I'm going to hand this child off to Bob, and I'm going to take down this guard.
Just go ahead, give me another difficulty 2 might roll. And Bob is very carefully, you can tell he's being very careful holding this child. So you just got to beat a 6.
That is a nat 20.
Oh, go ahead, take the narrative. How does this look as you take this guard down and are able to subdue him? You can knock him out or just tie him up, but either way, tell us, how does this look?
Oh, no, I'm not doing that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to gut punch him. And as soon as he is bent over, I'm putting his face first into the tank I took the child from.
Yep, this is all within the nat 20. You put his face down, your rage, anger, because I can kind of feel where you're going at here, because this poor child, it's all those emotions well into you, and he shakes once, twice, and he stops moving.
Because the thing is I have many creatures in my collection, and I have a good sportsmanship. I think that's, I've got good sportsmanship, and a child is not sportsmanship. A child is easy. A child has no fight.
Bob looks at
I can
Bob has
use
a
this
lot of
child to
respect.
get an adult, though.
Oh, here's the thing. Oh my God, when we do the next session at the beach, something very big is going to be happening with Maury now. A couple of individuals will be coming out of the water to greet you. So, but Bob just tells you in your head, all you hear in your mind is Dagon. And actually, because you've actually established Maury as a very learned man, I will actually say you've had the Book of Eidolon. You know clear well Dagon is the ruler of the deep ones, of these aquatic people. And you're getting the sense this is Dagon's child. So, oh yeah, I'm going to leave you off on that to think about some things, Maury, as you are just leaving the restricted area with each offspring of Dagon in your hand. And we're going to go to Yoretzi as, thankfully, because you've left the normalcy and, actually, you've had your senses back from the coffee. You and Bruno have just been going around looking at different exhibits. But what are you doing now, Yoretzi?
Well, she's specifically determined to pet every creature. So that's what she's been doing, especially the petting. She's got distracted by the petting pool at this point. And feed them, yes.
And because you know what? Because Bruno made sure like he's into like the employee area and he just grabbed the feed for animals and he's just been holding it in one of his big massive hands for you just to feed everyone. And this is when you actually met the baby Shamu that just came in from the exhibit, baby, and you were able to help calm her down. And this is when you look at Bruno and in all honesty, you know this is wrong, that she was separated from her family. And Bruno, he gets the sense, and Bruno's going to come back tonight, and he's going to steal that. He's going to free her.
Excellent. Do I see Scruffy running and screaming?
I was actually just about to say, you hear, and this is when you see Scruffy running, and you see a 9-foot-tall lizard man chasing behind him, going, Scruffy, come back!
Can I do a roll to see who that is? Not that it's going to change the answer, but
give me a difficulty 3 intellect roll. So you just got to beat a 9. And yes, B, the park is closed to the public.
Okay, I got a 17.
Okay, what would you like to do? You recognize that's Armstrong.
Oh yeah. So again, it's not going to change the answer. I'm going to run up and I'm going to judo flip him.
Give me one more difficulty 3 might roll. You just got to beat a 9.
That is a 13.
How does this judo flip look?
You said he's like 9 feet tall.
Yep.
So it's going to look hilarious because she's only like 5 feet in total. But she's just running, took the sandals off to run faster. And then she's just going to grab his arm and chuck him onto the ground.
That is amazing. And as you're choking him out, he just is like, you're a real man. And he just drops a bolt on your head and passes out in your hands. And as Armstrong passes out and Scruffy's still running away screaming, this is where we will leave off on this session of Happiest Place on Earth. And in the next session, we will go from SeaWorld to the beach to finish off the first day of their vacation. And, oh my God.
Want to add one thing real quick?
Yes, go ahead.
After that moment with Riley, Sticky Joe went to give him a hug. When he let him go, Riley's shirt went with him.
Oh, Riley would. Oh, of course, Riley. You'd better believe Riley. So, yes.
It wasn't the shirt that went with him.
Yep. So now Riley's just got nothing but a sensor bar underneath his neck. Just. It's just and Riley's just like, you know what? I'm okay with this. Ha ha! Because I just love to watch him squirm. And if this is how the first part of the vacation is going to be, I'm very excited because Bethany already went and turned my secret killer storyline into a hunt for eating the killer storyline. So I hope everyone is excited because it looks like we're going to be having a lot of that. So until the next one, everyone, goodbye.